The action's picking up, guys. NBA, NHL, baseball. A lot of good stuff to talk about. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about our... What's going on, everyone? This is Scott Matthews. We are live right now here in beautiful Boca at Podcast Junkie Studios. This is Get the Edge Sports Podcast. I'm going to be here for about an hour with you guys. We're going to be talking a lot of sports today. And I'm joined by my two co-hosts like I am every week. The man behind the plan at TK Wins, Tommy King. What's up, Tommy?
Man, I'm not up, man.
I'm not up either.
It's been a crazy 3-4 days. We had the convention last night, big party at the Hard Rock last night. Steve and Aoki, we were out there late last night.
What times you come rolling in?
I couldn't even tell you. It had to be about 2:30 in the morning, man. It was late. I mean, that was a great party last night.
Yeah.
So many people. Met some nice people out there. It was a fun few days here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on in the show because we got our other main man in the house, the CEO, the one and only Sports Profits, Teddy Brooks.
What's up, boys? I feel like I spent the whole week with you guys, 3 days in a row. Pretty nice.
Yeah, we ran into each other. There was I guess we'll get into it right now. Why not? The SBC conference down here, guys, sports betting conference all over the world. Everything you can under the sun when it comes to gaming and sports books and anything going on gambling related. And we were all down there checking it out for the past few days. A lot of walking and a lot of talking. What'd you think of it, Teddy?
Yeah, I mean, I learn stuff every time I go to one of those. It's my third one. And what I always say is you gotta be there. You really do. You gotta be on the
square.
Yeah, you gotta be on the forefront of what's going on. And I went toe to toe with a couple big people. Like I was going to these seminars and I was telling people. I got not like an argument, but they were talking about, promoting sports books and right. parlays. And I was like, listen, guys, why do these sports book promote parlays at the end of the day? Because very clearly they make 90% of their money from parlays. So it's fun. You get to see the people that we go against every day, right?
You were down there, T. I even brought Mama TK down there one of the days.
She had a blast. She walked around, had a good time as well. And I talked to a lot of people. I never knew there was so much betting in South America that I've seen. I mean, soccer, Brazil, Peru. I didn't even know they had legal sports betting in Peru. Oh, yeah. It's getting huge down there.
Worldwide, baby, worldwide.
A lot of
I don't know how many of the people from other countries are jumping on U.S. sports, but I'm sure they're all betting the European, the soccer, and all that stuff.
They all bet their own sports. I was actually talking to a guy from Mexico, and he was saying that you have to be very specific. If you're dealing with Mexicans, they want Mexican soccer. If you're dealing with Chileans, they want Chilean soccer. Like, it's not like us where you have this huge country and all these leagues. It's like a very specific thing for these guys. Yeah, I'm sure some of them bet American, but...
Well, we appreciate the SBC conference inviting us. We were special guests. Not many cappers there. We were probably the three amigos when it came to the capper world. So, we're checking everything out, guys. This is business for us, and we take everything we do serious. So we always look to find that, those little edges and those little loops that you can, better yourself in the future. And the future's bright when it comes to sports betting. You guys agree on that, I'm sure.
Kind of interesting. You don't see more people that do what we do there.
Yeah.
I could see why, but at the same time, I mean, if this is your full-time job and you live down here, which a lot of cappers that you guys see on Instagram are in the Florida area, I would say, why not go? I mean, it's free.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got NHL playoffs, which are heating up. Last night, there was a clinching game. Carolina rolls 4-1. That's going to be, I know TK's not going to want to hear this, but I think the Florida-Carolina series is going to be huge, absolutely huge. Carolina rolls. They beat Washington 4-1, and they extend that series. The other series last night, Dallas had a shot to put them away and couldn't put them away, so it's 3-2 in favor of Dallas against Winnipeg. They go back to Dallas, which is going to be an unbelievable crowd for that game. I think it's tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Scotty, you're already calling it a Florida-Carolina series. It's not even over yet.
Yeah, well,
I called it the other day. If you guys remember, I said whoever wins Game 5 is going to have the upper hand in this series big time, and I don't see the Florida Panthers losing 2 straight to Toronto. I think they made some great changes. I mean, we talked about it the other day. It looked like after going down 0-2, all of a sudden they were re-energized, and all of a sudden Borowski Am I saying that one right?
Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky. All right.
Well, when you play dirty hockey, you're going to win. I mean, that's the bottom line. Dirty, dirty hockey, the Panthers. They'll be coming back on them tonight. We'll get some hits on this one here this evening. I mean, it should be a decent game here tonight. Panthers minus 220.
I don't think it's going to be decent at all. Do you?
This is hockey, not ballet, man. Yeah. This isn't ballet. We need to be. That's the hockey that's winning hockey. That's not dirty hockey. That's winning hockey. If the referees want to call penalties, let them call penalties.
I think the dagger was the other night when they went up 6-0 and the cheesy goal at the end to make it 6-1. That was the dagger right there. I think that knocked Toronto right out.
Yeah, the Panthers are imposing their will now. They're like minus 230 for this game.
Yeah, how do they blow this one?
You know, the only fear I have is I hope they don't look ahead to Carolina already, so they need to just focus, dial down. You don't want to go back to Canada. You want to get this done now so you don't have to have that extra travel day, I think.
Yeah, well, they might have to go back to Canada if they hang around because this Edmonton team looks dynamite. They're 8-1 in their last 9. They just knocked out Vegas pretty handily, 4-1. So Edmonton's playing right at the right time, and their goalies are hot, and they got the best player in the world. So watch out for Edmonton. You know, like I said, I love hockey because there's just so many good teams, and it's showing. You know, if you're watching these series, they're very interesting. Who do you guys? There's a game tonight, isn't there, in the NHL?
Yeah, Toronto, Florida.
Yeah. Well, it's a 240 favorite though.
Yeah, 240 favorite. You know what I'll be playing in this game. You already know.
The over.
Yeah, be playing
and the Panthers are probably going to hit it by themselves like they did last time.
I could see Toronto winning this game 5-2 tonight.
So let me ask you a question. Let's look ahead. Let's do a little forecasting ahead. If Florida gets the job done tonight, they win the series 4-2. They go against Carolina. That's going to be an unbelievable series. I think that series price is going to be real close. I think it's going to be a very, very low.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be pretty even. Minus 150, minus 115, 120.
Who's favorite? Carolina?
No, I think
No, Carolina have a home.
They'll have the home ice, so maybe they'll get
made 120 minus 120 or so.
I would say 120.
Who do you think would win that? Well, obviously, we got a little bias.
We got bias. I think it's going to be Edmonton and Florida in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Same as last year.
Yep.
All right, cool.
I just think when the best player in the league with McDavid on one side, and then probably the best goalie, the best coach on the other side. With that's what. By the way, I wanted to say. What the Panthers did after being down 2-0 is a testament to Paul Maurice and how great of a coach he is.
Yeah, he's good. He's been around a long time. Knows how to keep his players in check. And obviously it showed it because they could have easily packed it in a little bit being down 0-2. But no, they came right home. They did what they had to do. They got the job done, and they went right back there, and they just ass-kicked them the other night. That was a blowout. Wasn't even a close game. So, yeah, the NHL's looking great. Like I said, who do you think right now would you favor to win the Stanley Cup at this point in time? I mean, I know some of these series aren't complete.
You already know my answer. Ask TK.
You know my answer. It's going to be Carolina Hurricanes, man. They're playing some damn good hockey. I've been watching them, for the last month or so.
You think Carolina could beat Edmonton?
Definitely. They're going to if they play the Panthers, but it could be Toronto too, so we'll see what happens.
Well, they have to play yeah, exactly.
It ain't over. You guys are writing off Toronto, man. It ain't over. We can talk about that tomorrow. But
I'm writing them off.
If the Panthers keep playing like they played the last couple of games, Toronto can't hang. They can't hang with them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, the NHL playoffs, guys, I hope you're watching it because it's been really exciting, and there's a lot more to come. So check it all out. We got some great teams left in it. And let's get to the NBA. If you guys, so obviously no pick tonight. I mean, we feel Florida's the right side. TK's going with the total, I'm sure, over the 5.5. Is it 5.5?
5.5 right now, yeah. I got to play the over. I mean, it's just, I think it's gone under one.
Yeah, 3-1. I think the over is 3-1.
And they're just slapping them in. I think they both come out. I'll root for both teams to score here tonight. Let Florida finish them off, move on.
We got a huge game tonight in the NBA, guys, and the MSG. This is going to be make or break for the New York Knicks to see what they got. They're up 3-2. They could have put Boston away the other night. Boston came out like just a mad machine and just put the smackdown on them and blew them out in Boston by over 20 points without Tatum. You see the cast around it? Everybody pitched in that game, from Holiday to Pritchard to White. I mean, you name it. Brown. I mean, role players off the bench. Just the Celtics are deep. That's the key with the Celtics. They can win without Tatum, and they've proven it. We talked about that.
What's
your thoughts? It's a 3-2 series. We all love Boston at the beginning. Would you bet Boston right now to win this series? The price.
I wouldn't be against it. If I'll tell you what, if the Knicks don't get it done tonight, I don't see Boston losing at home in Game 7.
Yeah, well, they're going to have all the momentum and all the buzz going into that if it goes to a Game 7, which would be huge. Two best words in sports, guys. Game 7.
Who would have thought that these series, like the Nuggets, Game 7 against the Thunder? Who would have thought?
Yeah, that was they came out and they did what they had to do. They've covered 5 out of 6 in that series against OKC. I mean, OKC looked like the dominating team. Doesn't look so dominating right now. They're vulnerable. They can be beat. I mean, Minnesota's got to be the happiest team in the league right now in the Western Conference.
They're resting.
They're just sitting there, and they're young and they're hungry and they're playing excellent basketball. They're waiting to take the winner or whoever wins this Game 7. It's tomorrow or Sunday?
Game
Sunday,
3:30.
Yeah, no NBA on
What's
Saturday.
the current line on that game?
7.5.
7.5, 2:13. Well, you got the Pacers, man. They're sitting and resting too, so you know, they're waiting for this banged up. You know, these teams coming in, Boston and New York Knicks, man. They're going hopefully probably 7 games. So
you see how they lowered that line on the game? It was 10.5 every game. It's 7.5 on that Game 7 in Denver.
Yeah,
every game
in OKC.
In OKC, right? Yeah, playing against Denver. Every game was 10.5 or more. At least 10.5. This one's 7.5. There's a 3-point edge right there. So they're expecting Denver to show up in that game, obviously, if they're making the number 3 points lower than the first one.
Well, Denver's 6-1 their last 7 against the spread against them. So
yeah, they're playing.
Big difference.
Speaking of the NBA, I think TK, you probably, I know you think everything's rigged and fixed. So what do you think about the Mavs getting the first pick after trading Luka? There's a history in the NBA of big teams trading big players and then getting the first pick that year.
You think the balls are a little lopsided there?
The balls might be might be sanded down or something like that.
Like the greyhound races when they sanded the paws down back in the day. They sand the paws down to make the dog run better or no, run worse. Yeah, that's crazy. 1.8% chance out of 100% to get the first pick, and they get it. And they got a great pick, don't you think, with this kid, Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg, good player.
Yeah, solid. I mean, big boy, great shooter. Definitely put Anthony Davis with if they're healthy and they keep these guys, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and Cooper Flagg.
That's the problem.
Around some good players.
They're not healthy that often, those two.
Yeah.
But who would you rather have right now? If you could restart a franchise, would you rather have Luka or would you rather have Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg for me. Go with the young kid.
Ooh, that's a good question. Experience, obviously, we know what the experience is in the NBA. You know what? I might go with TK on that one. I might take this young kid.
You're going to agree with me on something?
Yeah, I might.
Unbelievable. Must be the early morning, Teddy. Must be the early morning.
I like the breeding, obviously, Duke. I mean, Duke's an unbelievable program, probably the best, one of the best, if not the best college programs out there of all times. So they know how to mold these players. This kid seems like he's a special player, could be a generation player once every 20 years or so. Seems like he's got his head on right. Could be a good move. You know what you're getting with Luka. You've seen it enough. I mean, he's a great scorer. He can move the ball around to his other play.
He has issues on defense, though.
Yeah, he's got some issues on defense, and I think I'm joining TK on this one. I
think I'll agree with both of you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you guys are getting excited. It's opening night in the WNBA this evening.
Don't laugh, man. I'm hearing the WNBA is going to be as popular as ever.
I watched a show on ESPN with Carrie Champion. She runs a show on there. She interviewed one of the number 1 draft picks a few years back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you know what her starting salary was? $44,000. She said she would have made more money working at McDonald's. She would have made double the money than the WNBA paid her. They're making all their money off of endorsements.
Well, and they started that 3 versus 3 league, too, that apparently pays more than the WNBA.
Yeah. That was started by some of the players, right? I think, Brianna.
Is this a new team in the WNBA, Golden State? They got a new team now? I don't follow the NBA, so WNBA.
The WNBA is getting very popular, guys, very popular, especially now with all these young, talented, like you say, coming into the league. Paige Becker's coming in now from Connecticut. Caitlin Clark last year had a lot of buzz around her, plus all the superstars they have.
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But they need to make more shots. They miss a lot of layups in that
league.
A lot of
layups.
It's like, okay, you're not going to see dunks. We get it, but don't miss the layups.
Well, I got to get you guys. I got to get something out of you guys. We got Boston and the Knicks tonight, Game 6 at MSG. Anybody making a move on it? Because I definitely am.
I'm definitely making a move, man. I'm going to take the Celtics in this game. I'm going to take the 2.5 points on this one here tonight. They played a great game last game. I think they come out and do the same thing. They get to a Game 7. Knicks might win it in Game 7 and.
No,
on the road, but I think Boston, they're pumped up right now. They played that great game the other night. They come out here tonight, getting 2.5 points.
Right.
I'm going to take the 2.5 points tonight. Probably buy it up to 3. Boston only 2-6 their last 8 against the spread versus NBA Atlantic, but I got to jump on them.
But they're mainly favorites in those games. Don't forget, they're not dogs that often against the Atlantic.
Very rarely dogs.
Yeah.
This team.
So this is like a little. This is like a little present here, a Christmas present if you like Boston, because you don't usually get Boston. If Tatum was in this game, they'd be 5.5 points favorite in this game, solid. So you got about a 7.5, 8 point differential.
So Scotty, you're buying that thing to 3.5, 4, and taking Boston, aren't you?
I got to be honest with you. I am going to jump on Boston tonight. I think that they.
I know you.
I think it's tough for the Knicks. I think once the Knicks get their backs pushed against the wall a little bit, you saw it the other night, and everybody rallied around Boston. And if they can keep rallying, I think they got enough nucleus with that Celtics team. They're much stronger. I felt from the beginning. I mean, I picked them to win in this series. Even though the backs are against the wall, I got to stick with it. But I like Boston in this spot tonight. I would get the line up to. At least 3.5 and jump on the Celtics. Definitely.
Knicks are minus 300 to win the series. You jump on Boston, take the 240 in the series.
I don't know. Trying to win 2 in a row. I mean, if they get the job done tonight, I think they're a layup to win on Sunday. I think the pressure will get to the Knicks.
Well, if that's the case, you're better off just taking the plus 240 series price.
Yeah, but you got to win 2.
Yep, that's very true.
I'd rather get 3.5 because you're not going to get if it goes to a Game 7. Boston,
and they can still lose. They can still lose a buzzer beater, and you can still win your bet.
Right. And what happens if it goes to Game 7? You're going to see Boston at least 5.5, 6 on their home court.
Yeah, for sure.
So, why not take advantage of them?
I'd probably roll with the over in this game. I think they're going to be shooting a good amount of shots. If they're dropping, they're going to go well over. I think
the NBA needed this because they it looked so vanilla, like we talked about for the last few weeks. All these big teams, OKC winning 4 in a row for a series, Cleveland sweeping, Boston winning in 5. All the big teams just motored through. But all of a sudden now the wheels fell off the bus. No more Cleveland. Golden State's out. The backs are against the wall for OKC. They're forced to a Game 7. The Celtics are forced to a Game 6. So this was a big spark for the NBA. Gotta have lifted the ratings. Because
maybe they did it on purpose.
Controversy.
Oh, you guys are you got the fix.
Hey, it's a big night in New York, man. You got the Yankees, Mets, man. You got the Subway Series tonight. You got the basketball. I mean, it's a.
Is there anybody hotter in the planet of the world that we're living in right now than the man playing for the Pinstripes in New York, Aaron Judge? Is it amazing what this guy is doing? Hitting over 43 games into the season. His batting average is over 400, 15 home runs. He leads the American League. Him and Ohtani are battling, just like last year. I said who would win the home run there. I got to ask you guys out there, who do you think is going to hit more home runs? They're both tied right now with 15. Ohtani, a Judge at the end of the year. 2 unbelievable freak of nature players. But can you imagine a power hitter like Judge hitting over 400? That would be unbelievable. I don't think anyone. Well,
no,
Ted Williams.
usually power hitters have lower batting averages. That's really impressive. No, they're amazing, and both of those teams are amazing. I mean, what did the Dodgers win last night? 19-2.
They had bobblehead night last night out there in Los Angeles. Ohtani. He hit 2 home runs. He hit his 14th and his 15th.
What happened? You get a bobblehead when he hits a home run?
No. That was before the game. They gave out a bobblehead of. They didn't give out TK's bobblehead.
Mine's coming, man. It's coming. I saw the prototype. Will be here.
Where's
next
Scotty?
week.
Scotty has an injured arm.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
right.
He's getting remended. He had an injured arm. We got to have him.
He's getting
back
glued.
to healthy before we bring him back on set. Yep, little mini me is under repairs right now. But it's unbelievable what these guys are doing. Think about it. Ohtani, just a freak of nature player, and Judge at this point in time, and they carry their teams. That's what makes it so amazing. But we got a big series tonight. You looking at that game?
I'm not touching the Mets-Yankees game. I got something else going. There's a lot of good games there, man. It must be rival weekend. I mean, you got all the White Sox playing the Cubs, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Washington, Baltimore, all the
Pittsburgh, Philly.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like in-state Washington and Baltimore are all next to.
Well, how about them Minnesota Twinkies, man? 11 straight games.
12.
12 now?
I thought they won yesterday.
They win. It says 11 straight.
Oh,
Minnesota.
11? Okay.
Texas won 6 in a row. We got some streaks going on. Colorado continues to be the worst team in the MLB.
Yeah.
They're 400 underdogs there tonight.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's 11 straight wins in a row. You're seeing a lot of double-digit wins, like for teams this year, like 10 or more. I've seen it, I think, about 3 or 4 different times already. Any of you guys through the first 40-plus games of the season, any surprises to you other than I think it's amazing what Judge is doing, but any surprises to you in the first 40 games plus of the season in baseball? Anybody standing out to you?
I think what's standing out to me is how easy it is to make money going against the White Sox and the Rockies. I mean, it's getting crazy. Like even today, in a couple hours, we got the White Sox Cubs. I wouldn't be surprised, if it's windy and Cubs. The total's 11.5. So if that total's 11.5, with how bad the White Sox offense is, these odds makers definitely think the Cubs are going to put up a lot of runs and blow this team out. So I'm actually looking at that Cubs -1.5 play. But yeah, I mean, you could make money fading those two teams. That's probably the most surprising thing to me. I didn't think you'd have two teams so bad.
You didn't think it would be that easy?
Yeah.
Well, White Sox did take 2 out of 3 against
They
Cincinnati.
did. They're bouncing back a little bit. They've won, like you said, 2 out of their last 3. But that's the Reds. The Reds aren't a good team, but.
We got an in-state rivalry going down here. It's not that it's the most exciting one. Tampa Bay against the Florida Marlins. Miami Marlins. What is it?
Miami Marlins.
Miami Marlins. There you go. The first game of that series goes tonight, showing Tampa Bay -120. You got Bradley against Meyer. Anybody looking at that game at all?
No, nothing on that one.
No? I like Tampa Bay in that game. I like Tampa -120 as a lean play. I think they'll get the job done. They seem to always come prepared when they come down here to South Florida, Tampa, against the Marlins.
Well, it's a nice short trip for them.
Yeah, and the Marlins, I guess they're doing what they normally do. They're 3-7 in their last 10, so they're not playing the best baseball. I think Tampa Bay is a little sharper than them. Not that they're the greatest team in the world, but definitely like Tampa Bay in that game, in this spot tonight. So I'm going to jump on Tampa Bay -120 in that matchup. What are you looking at tonight in baseball? Anything interest you?
I got one game I'm going to put out.
One? That's it?
Well, I got a couple games, but I'm going to give out one here on the show today. I got 3-unit play going tonight on the Detroit. They got Flaherty on the mound. Detroit's playing some good baseball this year now.
Yeah.
29-15. They're a little surprising me this year. They've been hitting the ball as well. They're 8-2 their last 10 games, and they're 5-1 their last 6 games against Toronto.
Why can't they win for this guy though?
For Flaherty?
Yeah, 1-5. He's got, this guy's got good stuff, but he's for some reason they can't get the job done for him. But his ERA is almost up to close to 5, 4.81. So he's
the last 3 games, ERA is almost to 9. But both guys too. Francis gives up some numbers too as well.
That could be an interesting scoring game.
Yeah, that game has some weird line movement. It opened up
140, 135. It's time to pick them right now.
Yep.
I think they're trapping you in on a game like that. They're making Detroit just a slight favorite. The way they're playing against Toronto is not playing nearly as well. They're giving Detroit a 115 price tag. Those games, sometimes I don't see the value enough to use a game like this and look based on the line for me.
That's what scares me. To go from 135 to 110. And it's not like everyone's betting Toronto, so why is that going on?
Flaherty's pitching good against them lifetime. He's 3-1 his last 4 lifetime. He did get rocked in one game. They lost 9-1 back in last year, but he's a good pitcher, man.
When I look at numbers, these are the kind of things that stick out at me, and I say, it makes you look at it and go, why is this number only 115? Detroit against Toronto in this spot. I mean, you got to favor Flaherty of a guy like Francis, obviously just career-wise, and they're only making him a short price. I mean, it's almost like a bias 115. I think if Flaherty was right, he'd be 130, 135, or at least $1.25. So to see it at 110, 115, kind of
weird.
It's almost like a trap.
It's weird
for me.
And fishy.
So I would stay off this game, even though I don't really like it enough either way. But for me, the number alone would scare me right off the game. Do you look at stuff? I mean, obviously.
That's why I brought it up. Hell yeah, that's why I brought it up, because I see that number movement, and it says weird. Now, William Hill, the number stayed the same. Very interesting. I'm looking at Don Best right now. William Hill, the number stayed at 130. So going to be interesting to see what happens there. I'd probably, that's the type of thing, Scotty. It doesn't make me bet the other side. Like, I wouldn't bet Toronto because of it. I would just stay away.
Stay away, right.
Because of it. But, yeah, I like
guys, you understand what we're trying to say to you.
I hope they do.
Yeah, there's certain numbers on games when you look at the matchups and the overall figuration of the game itself. If you see a number that looks too good to be true, it's probably not going to happen. So it's better not to chase the other side of it, but to stay away from the game entirely. And you know what? Look at it and say, hey, tomorrow, you can always jump in and do whatever you want the next day. But don't just chase after games just because a team has a better record than another team and so forth and so on, because that's not going to be the answer at all at the end of the day, especially in baseball. 162-game season, these teams could take a night off anytime they want. And
not more importantly, but just as important, don't bet a game just because it's a good team with a low line. So obviously we know Detroit's a much better team than Toronto. So just because you see, Detroit's only minus 110 against Toronto, that's a great opportunity, doesn't necessarily mean that. There could be a reason for that, and that tells you to stay away.
I mean, it's a perfect.
Not trying to bounce on your pick over here, TK, like this.
We're burying his pick.
Destroying his pick.
Wait till you guys put yours on. I'm going to find some stats and angles and go against you.
Yeah. No, we're not. It's not about you at all. You just happen to pick that game, but I'm looking at it from the over.
I like when you've been going against me lately.
I'm not going against you. I'm not going with you. I'm not going against you. I'm just saying I would stay away from a game like that. Anything you're looking at tonight, Teddy, for the crowd?
Yeah, well, for the one, it's that Cubs minus 1.5. I just feel like Chicago, the White Sox have done enough winning for the last week or so. It's time for them to start losing again. Like TK said, they went 2 out of 3 against the Reds. So now they face, I think, a much better team than the Reds here, and they're gonna get beat pretty bad. And that total, when I see a high total like that, it's 12 on some sites.
Right.
It makes me think big run line blowout. So I like that one, and then I also I actually like the Brewers. Joe Ryan has some issues on the road. He's pitching for the Twins tonight, and the Brewers
11 in a row.
Yeah. And,
is it 11? I thought it was 12. I don't know why.
Winning streaks.
You sure?
Winning streaks have to come to an end. The Brewers' starting pitcher, Chad Patrick, has been really solid. I want to see what the first 5-inning line is on this one. I might roll with that.
Okay.
Guys, we're much earlier than usual here, so I don't have everything prepared like I normally do.
I thought you were always prepared, Teddy.
Yeah, kind of.
Come on now.
I could break that streak tonight.
What?
Yeah, minus 115.
Minnesota.
What, you're saying that you think they're not going to win?
I don't know, man. That's Ryan.
That's your team, the Brew Crew.
The Brew Crew. They're at home here tonight.
Joe Ryan's been struggling on the road. I would take the Brewers' first 5 innings, I think. First 5 innings money line. There you have it.
What's the price on that?
115.
The Brewers are minus 115?
Minus 115. But they're plus 100 for the game on the same website. So that always tells me go.
I've been watching your thing with the first 5 innings.
What do you think of it?
I've been watching. It's been winning.
Yeah.
If you take a team, you see them, they're minus 130 for the game and they're minus 150 or 60 for the first 5, they've been cashing.
Yes, sir.
Been cashing.
Yes, sir,
But you got to watch that pretty close, though, because the fluctuation of the lines.
You got to watch it close.
Don Best helps you out on there. You can cut in the screens and whatnot.
You got to watch it close and you got to be careful. But, yeah, same thing with everything. But it definitely works. If you watch for that, it definitely tells you something.
The Dodgers are a huge favorite tonight against their
Kershaw coming back on tomorrow night
against the Angels.
Clayton Kershaw. When's the last time he pitched?
I think the Dodgers in Detroit have the best record in baseball, right? The same record, 29-15. Is that
Dodgers 29-15, and so is Detroit 29-15.
Yeah, the Mets aren't far behind, 28-16.
Yeah. And that's going to be an interesting series tonight in the Bronx, no doubt about it. And they're bringing Soto back since the big trade and the $750 million contract. He's coming back to Yankee Stadium. What do you think they're going to do to him when he? Think he'll be riling his ass up tonight? Pretty good.
I don't know.
Like we do to TK when he gives out a pick, we rile him up.
I'm trying to check out this weather over here in Chicago. The wind must be rolling out or something today. Yeah, wind's blowing out here tonight. 20 miles an hour. That's probably why the
that's why the total's so high.
Any you guys having anybody looking at this Mets and Yankees game?
I already gave 2 plays in baseball, Scotty. You're trying to squeeze me.
Just asking. Doesn't have to be a major play.
I'm not touching that game. But
guys love these kind of matchups.
Yes, they do.
They love these kind of matchups, especially 2 winning teams playing against each other with a lot of hype behind the game. You like anything on that game?
In the Dodgers?
No.
With 2 good pitchers on the mound, too.
Yeah, Mets and Yankees tonight from the Bronx. The Bronx.
I probably have to go with the pitcher Miguel on the mound. He's a decent pitcher here tonight.
Yeah.
He's a plus odds here tonight. Let's see what the.
I think the Yankees steal the first game. I think they'll win tonight. I like them in this spot. I mean, I don't like laying 140, 145, but I think this one is going to work. The way it's set up, the matchup, the whole.
I got the bet for you, TK.
I'm looking at your first 5.
First 5, it's actually identical, the line, but first 5 plus a half a run, minus 125. If you like McGill, that's probably the best bet to make on that game.
What's that?
The first 5 run line plus a half a run. So guys, if you don't know first 5 run lines or how they work, when you're betting plus a half a run in the first 5 innings, all the team has to do is be tied after 5 innings, and if you have plus a half a run, you win your bet if the team is tied. Now, if you take minus half a run, they have to be up by a run after 5 innings.
I'm going to give you one of your plays here tonight. St. Louis, Kansas City, minus 145 for the game, minus 170 for the first 5 innings. I just looked it up there. That could be a...
Yeah, but you know that stuff's everyone can see that stuff. So
I'm just
at
saying,
the end of the day,
not
everyone's paying attention though.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Now,
that's a good point.
It's actually 180 on Bovada. Wow, you could actually take that minus a half a run for minus 120 if you want to lay. If you think that the Royals are going to put up some runs and you want to lay some juice there, or if you don't want to lay as much juice.
I got to ask you, like I asked earlier, I don't think you guys even answered my question on that. Who's going to hit more home runs this year, do you guys think? Ohtani or Judge, based on what they're tied right now?
Ohtani.
Just
trying to pull it up here.
How many you think, based on, they're averaging 60 right now, based on 40-some-odd games in, and they got 15.
Who had more last year?
I think Judge did, right? Did Judge get in? I'm trying to remember if Judge. I think Judge.
Ohtani got hurt last year.
Yeah, Judge had more.
And then he had to stop pitching. Is he? He's not pitching right now, is he?
I have not seen him pitch.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to his interpreter?
Oh, he's in prison.
He's in prison now?
I think so.
He's hanging out with some other people over there.
I would have to say, I know you want us to answer this question. I would.
No, I'm just saying. Do you think they'll hit 60? You think either one of them is going to hit 60?
I think they both could.
I know you think.
A Maguire Sosa.
Which one do you think's going to do it?
I think they both could do it. I think if I had to pick one to go higher, I would have to go with Judge, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Judge just based on how he's seeing the ball. It just seems like a beach ball coming at him, hitting 4-0. What is it? 409, 410? I don't even know what his average is right now. It's well over 400. I know that.
Last year, Judge had 197 hits, while Ohtani had 151 in the 2024 season.
Yeah, home runs.
Yep.
Home runs, not hits.
Oh.
This guy for Philly's got
home
just
runs.
as many
HR.
home runs as well. I'm just looking up right now. There's 3 tied with home runs.
Should tell you how many home runs.
Oh, it says hits then Ohtani.
Who?
Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber, another former Yankee.
Yeah, he's good.
And the guy for Arizona's got 14.
Cubs. He played for the Cubs.
He's a slugger.
Yeah, plays for Philly, and he hits a lot of home runs. He's a power hitter, and that's it. So baseball, that's our. You want to give a recap? Your best play tonight?
Best play is going to be Detroit, man. I'm gonna lay to 110, man. Like you said, the line should be about 130 or 40. It's went down a little bit here today. I still got to stick with Detroit. I know Toronto's got a couple of big hitters out there, but they just haven't been producing. I'm going to jump on Detroit, 3-star unit play, minus the 110.
Okay.
I'm going Cubs minus 1.5 and Brewers first 5 innings money line. Money line.
Okay. I'm going to stick, like I said, I like Tampa Bay. I think that's a solid play, so I'm going to stay with Tampa Bay as my best play for tonight. And I do like the Yankees in Game 1 of this series. And that's it. We touched baseball.
Well, baseball, we got Pete Rose. We were talking about that the other day. He's going to be reinstated, a couple of years?
2028. He can
be
eligible. Right. And then they got to vote him in. I think there's a special committee. I think there's 16 people, and you got to get 12 out of the 16 in order.
He'll get it.
I think it's overdue, man.
It's a shame.
I've preached this stuff. I've preached this for so many years. I'm done preaching it. But if you're going to judge a player based on performance on a field, there's nobody better to be in the Hall of Fame than Pete Rose. Period. When it comes to numbers, when it comes to being as a ball player, for the achievements he accomplished, he should be right on the top of Mount Rushmore of the Hall of Fame. You agree, Teddy?
I do. Who do you guys like in this golf tournament? I'm just kidding. I know you guys don't.
Yeah, we're bouncing all over. What about car racing coming up?
I didn't even look, man. I was so early in the morning. I was waiting for the golf, man. It's the PGA Championship this week.
It's going on right now. What I like to do, what I've been doing, is I like to make my bets on Saturday. I like to see what's going on the first couple days, see where the lines end up. And
Who's this guy, Vegas?
Jonathan Vegas, baby.
Good name.
Took Victor Hovland.
Victor Hovland, yeah.
I played him.
Jonathan Vegas, he's a long ball hitter. He's got a lot of distance. And this is a long course, so he should. And it's funny, he's only 22nd is his highest finish ever in a major championship, so he has a chance to have a career tournament this week.
You like him?
I think he falls off. I was actually listening to on the way here. He was already 1 over or 2 over on the day. Max Homa, who is really, really good, and he just has had a terrible year so far this year. He's actually making a surge, so that'll be cool to see. But I'm actually rooting for Justin Thomas. I don't even know where he is right now.
We forgot another matchup tonight. Chris Sale comes back to Fenway. I mean, he played for the Red Sox.
Braves, Red Sox, huh?
Yeah. You like anything there?
I would play Boston in that game.
I like the Red Sox in that game.
I would go with Red Sox.
I was actually thinking about betting that game.
Okay. Yeah, I just noticed.
This is getting off the subject here, man. But what do you think about this opening matchup in Week 1 of the NFL?
Oh, they released a schedule? I didn't even know.
Pittsburgh against the New York Jets. Is that telling the story? Aaron Rodgers has come for Pittsburgh?
No.
Did you guys see what Jim Nantz said?
What did he say?
He said he basically he's at the golf tournament right now, the PGA Championship, and he was talking about Aaron Rodgers, and he basically said, "Please, Aaron, go. We all want to see you in Pittsburgh."
And that's their first game. The NFL put that out. They could have played any time in 2025.
But why aren't they bringing him already? What's the big secret?
Who knows?
If they were going to take him, why wouldn't they have taken him already? There's more to that story.
It's coming. I think he's going to Pittsburgh.
There's no surprise. What are they holding back on?
The other news this week, man, we got the Preakness, and who's going to announce the horses in the Preakness, right?
Who's that?
Bruce Buffer.
Oh, is he?
Bruce Buffer doing the call, man.
Did you guys see Puncher's Chance was all over the conference?
All over, man. I saw that too. I was walking around. My mom said, that's the whiskey over there.
Puncher's Chance was everywhere. You didn't see it? It was everywhere. I probably saw 20 bottles of Puncher's Chance yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that? Oh, you mean at the
those bars? They had the bars all over the place.
That was cool. All the free drinks and everything.
Oh, free drinks everywhere. Free champagne.
They put some event together, guys. It was unbelievable. It was like 3 days, like we said earlier, a 3-day event, and they wrapped it up last night at the Hard Rock at Club Deer with an outside major event. And
we had a nice little cabana.
Steve Aoki.
You could have been there with us, man. We had a front row cabana last night right in front of Steve Aoki.
I think he would have been complaining about the heat, though.
It wasn't that bad out there.
Was it outdoors?
It was outdoors.
And the more people got there, it was getting hotter by the second. It was crazy.
If I'm drinking and partying and enjoying myself, I want it to be 60 degrees.
I think we were the first two to walk through the doors last night when we walked in there.
Yeah. I think we set it up for everyone else.
Yeah.
They were asking us.
You guys were walking in like
they thought we were security.
Like the old folks walk into the early bird special.
Exactly. We were like first in line, excited to get up the stairs.
Ben, you went out of a blast last night, man. It was
right up your alley.
Anytime you guys go to the Hard Rock, you let me know.
And I had the extra bracelets too. Oh yeah, I was the bracelets are those bracelets that you once you put them on, you can't take them off. So I lubed up my hand with olive oil to take the bracelet off to give it to TK.
Yeah, and then I went.
How'd you give it to him?
I slid it off.
Yeah, but did you like throw it over? Or?
No, I saw him at the conference.
No,
yesterday.
like during the day.
Oh,
After I was done, I was leaving. I was like, "Yo, here's the bracelet," because he was going to give it to someone. But
Me and Scotty got a bet going right now. What's the over/under on pens you got it from the convention?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Not as many as I would have liked.
Let me tell you something, guys. When Teddy left the convention, there was a shortage of everything that was not nailed down.
They had some good stuff there, though.
He took everything he could take as souvenirs out of there.
Yeah, I even we played beer pong, and I won.
I saw you in the batting cage.
It was beer pong with water, and I won this hot sauce package. I did the batting cage. I didn't win that, but I did.
Did you get a piece of the ball? I watched like 4 guys strike out.
I hit 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
I was very proud of myself.
Yeah, and I think your cousin was there. He hit a few too.
Yeah, he hit a couple.
How about the hockey?
The hockey one was hard.
What'd you hit? 100?
No, not even like 50. I was
140
terrible.
was the top.
I was terrible. The hockey.
Slap shot?
Yeah,
slap
40.
How can you hit it that hard?
Some guy did.
No,
man.
it was kilometers per hour.
Oh,
That's
kilometers?
yeah.
Oh.
It was they screwed
No
up.
way.
It was kilometers per hour. I think that's like 90 miles per hour.
Make
but-
any baskets?
Yeah, the thing with the basketball thing was fun, but you have to make every shot. I hit like 7. I think the winner got 12. You have 45 seconds. You have to make it, get back to the line, make it again, and if you miss one, it's done because of the time. You know, if you miss one and the ball goes that way, you got to go extra. But it was fun, guys.
Yeah. No,
What was your biggest attraction that you saw there? The interesting. One of the biggest things I saw, I went by one of the sports books, and they had this AI or whatever. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but they had AI for the live betting, and they had a soccer game on live, and they were showing the odds come through, and that thing picked the games like I'd never seen. It was that computer was pretty goddamn accurate.
I thought you knocked the computer over. It would take over for you picking them.
No, I should have. I told the guy to probably knock out that computer.
I watched a seminar about the prediction market sites like Kalshi and Sport Trader, and that was interesting. It was 2 lawyers and 2 owners.
Was that Daniel Wallach? Was he?
Yes.
There? Yeah, he's a pretty sharp lawyer.
I
told Scott that yesterday.
Him and one of the guys were going at it, and
he's pretty sharp.
Yeah. So Daniel, he's on my Instagram story right now.
I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, he's a very high level gaming lawyer. Yeah.
All right. Well, we had a busy action week this week, guys, between the conference and the parties and all the other stuff and the games going on. A little worn out this week, I'll tell you. If we're not as jacked up as we normally are, and we're pretty jacked up, we apologize for that. But it's been 3 days of running and gunning, and we're going to get back to hopefully normalcy starting today. We're back at it today, right? For the back to normal hours.
Finally.
Yeah. All right.
Are you going to the Panthers tonight?
I'm trying, yeah. I'm trying to go.
Man, you don't stop.
He's going,
You're
man.
impressive, man. I'm going home and getting in bed. You're impressive.
You going to watch it at home?
Oh, yeah.
What you think they're going to win easy or what?
I wish I had all the money Scott spent on valet in the last week. Probably put a couple thousand on the game.
Don't even remind me. Even yesterday at the conference, they charged me $60 to park because my car's hot.
Oh, they charge you extra?
I can't go in the garage. So they told me, if you got to keep it around the front here. And
we're all getting in the garage yesterday. Everybody enters. This guy, I don't know, he must have been in a rental car. All you hear is crash.
Oh, no.
Right into the back of a Tesla, man. And the Teslas start flashing. You get Teslas, you get the updates as something happens. They get all the cameras. Guy got out. At least he hung around and stayed.
In this day and age, they'll catch you on video.
Yeah, they'll catch you on video, especially in that garage.
And then you get much
that
worse.
That convention center, gorgeous, man. Just redid it. When they opened up that hotel, I mean, Las Vegas has got that huge convention center out there. I was just there last week. But this new one with that new hotel, that's going to be
there's going to be restaurants, shops. It's going to be nice.
Be the premier convention center in the United States.
You think so?
I think we're going to get a lot of stuff down here with that convention. That hotel is huge.
Take over for the Vegas?
I think so. Vegas last week was empty, man. I was out there. I've never seen $15 tables on a Friday night at some big hotels, and they had $15, $10 tables.
Yeah, well, some of those conventions don't draw in gambling as much. Some do, some don't. Like those big shows, they say sometimes those are the worst weeks for the casino. But it's good for them for the food, the beverages and the shows and all that stuff.
Everything else was empty.
We got to do a Vegas trip soon again.
I'm ready, man. I'll take a nice nap on the plane. I could use a nice nap after the last 3 days.
Yeah, we got to hit Vegas. I haven't been out there in a bit. It's time. It's time, and that's it. All right, guys. Well, we had a great time today here, and Hope we helped you out. We gave you some baseball. We gave you some NBA. We talked about the NHL. We talked about a lot of different stuff. And we're going to be back here next week, I think regular time, 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Correct, Ben? 2 p.m. Wednesday?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. We'll be back next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, going live. And going to sign off by TK. Where can the people find you out there and get that good quality information you're putting out?
Well, the best place to find me is go right to my Instagram at TKWins, or you can go right to my site direct if you want to get something there. It's at TKWins.com. I put up on Instagram stories every day. You can probably see our stories last night. We had a live from the show last night, so check us out there, man. Put some stuff up there every day.
Were you dancing with Steve Aoki or what? Were they breaking down a little bit?
I just didn't want to get hit by the cake, man. He throws them cakes and smashes people in the face with cakes out there. He had two big old sheetrock cakes throwing them at people in the front of the crowd. I just showed you the video.
What about my boy? When I left, did you stay with Steve? You know, the pillow?
He hung out he was there for a while.
What do you think of his concept, the pillow fighting league?
I saw him hit that guy with the pillow, man. That had to hurt.
Oh, is that the guy that was on the show like a year ago?
Yeah.
Well, we ran into him at the convention, and he had the pillow with him, and he hit the guy with the pillow, and that thing, it put a little pop in there.
Ben has a...
Hey, real quick, guys. One of your fans, Lazaro, he's asking, can you guys please just recap MLB really quick because I was at work and I missed it.
I'll do it fast.
Real quick.
Scotty likes the Rays. TK likes Detroit. I like the Cubs -1.5 and the Brewers' first 5 innings.
And I like the Yankees. Yankees first game.
Awesome.
All right.
There you go, Larzo.
Larzo, thanks for checking in, my man. We appreciate it.
We'll probably see him on the live later on today. I think he jumps in our live every once in a while.
All right, let's go to my main man over here.
All right, I'll make it fast. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can find me at _profits_pick, no S after pick, blue check mark, and thesportsprofits.com.
There you go. How has the Sports Profits been doing with their free stuff?
4-1 this week. We had our first losing week in 11 weeks last week, and we bounced right back. 4 wins, 1 loss going into today. I haven't posted today's free pick yet because of this podcast, so I got to get out of here and get you guys your freebie. Probably going to post one of the games I just mentioned here on the show, so if you're watching the show, don't worry about it.
All right, there you go. You heard it from TK. You heard it from Teddy. Now you're going to hear it from me. We love this show, Get the Edge. We're here each and every week. We hope we're helping you guys with some good winning advice, giving you that betting edge. I'm Scott Matthews. You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram channel with the official blue check mark, obviously, makes it real, is SM Sports Picks. Check it out. We put out stuff every day. We've been on a heater with the free plays. I've been staying consistent over the last several days and looking to keep it moving and grooving. And we got our broadcast channel. All you got to do is click and join. Check it out. It's all free. Extra stuff up there each and every day. And check the show out. More importantly, check this show out. Subscribe. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Tell your friends, your family, whatever you got to do about us. We want to build the audience up, obviously, and get more and more people following us each and every week. And check the show out on all podcast forums, from Spotify to Apple, and our YouTube channel, which is Get the Edge. We'll catch you back here next Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, going live. Boom. Got the early morning blues, guys.
The early morning.
Good show. We got a lot of comments.
Ready for
What's that?
nice nap.
A lot of comments.